What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, and I thought I was done tonight. I thought I was done. Yeah. And then I turned on Tucker Carlson as I'm on my way to do a little salsa dancing. And what do I see? I see a montage of all of these left-wing commentators bringing up race as a factor when it came down to the 12 white men who were doing the hearing. As if, I guess, these 12 white men, were supposed to say, you know what, guys, it's not our fault that we were voted into Congress and we happen to be all white males. But just for optics, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just give a couple diverse people an honorary senator seat, let them come in so to make it look like we're not, all white men for some reason. I guess we can't make a good judgment pertaining to what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. Has nothing to do with the evidence versus not the evidence. It has something to do with us being all white men. And when I hear this type of stuff coming from the left, I think to myself, what's race got to do with it? What's race? Yeah, see, they always bring in race somehow, even when race is not applicable. So you're telling me then that when you think about a white man or 12 white men looking at the evidence that doesn't make sense or support the claims, it has something to do with the fact that they're white, even though the accuser is white and the defendant is white. So doesn't that just kind of cancel out everything? It's kind of like how they're able to ignore black on black crime. That's not, we don't talk about that stuff. But all of a sudden, when it comes down to white on white ability to judge the scenario here based on the evidence, it's offensive that these people happen to be all white men. They would have been better off using the sexist card or something, but they went with the race card, and I don't understand it. Maybe it just sounds good. Maybe it just sounds good in this culture now where it's not cool to be white or a male because they're focusing on white privilege. And I'm thinking to myself, all of these commentators that's pushing for more diversity, most of them are white, work for industries and companies that are ran by white, most of them white males. And these are white privileged males, but you don't see them pointing the finger at them. Tell you what, all of you commentators that think there's all this white male privilege and that's the problem, would you give me your job, please? I want to go ahead and sit in for you guys. Or how about this? How about give me your paycheck, since you're such a humanitarian and you're pushing for all of this diversity and you're judging people based off of them just being a white man, So since you're a white man that's talking about this type of stuff, or a white woman who's bringing up the fact that these are all white men, 12 white men, please give me your paycheck. Let's start funneling your career to black women. Just give it up. You know what? I'm resigning today. I'd like to take my career and hand it over to the sister right here, so she will feel like, hey, I've made up for all the years of oppression that I wasn't even a part of, and the years of slavery that I had nothing to do with. And yet it relieves my conscience to feel like I've given back to all of the poor black people that, they need us. They need us. And we want to show them that we recognize their burden and all of this racism and oppression to them, because all of these white men and this white privilege, even though I happen to be white and I'm privileged and I'm benefiting off of, America as well. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. See, it's only the people on the right that we deem as all white men. Okay. But the left wing, all white men, they're not like those. They're not like those guys. So this is what nonsense is going on right now that made me have to say I got to do a video before I go and salsa dance. Not to mention Joy Behar. Where do they get this woman? She comes in talking about some nonsense about they're not going to do an investigation because they want things to be, they can see that this country is becoming dark. I guess she's talking about more diverse people of color, and they don't want that. They don't want that. So they don't want to get to the truth, which kind of puzzled me, because I'm going, how hypocritical or blind or ignorant are you, Joy? Which I think you're pretty blind, ignorant, and so on and so forth. To think that the Republicans didn't want to get to the bottom of this when it was, I believe, the Democrats who had the information about Dr. Ford for weeks, didn't share it with the Republicans. And then when it came out, the Republicans are the one that started doing the investigation while the Democrats sat on the sideline and complained. They sat there saying, no, we don't want to do the investigation because we don't really want to get to the bottom of this. And after the Republicans do their investigation, then we're going to yell for an additional investigation because it's not about getting to the truth. It's about prolonging this. But Joy Behar has the nerve to say, and you know what, pretty soon, there's going to be a small percentage of people running America, white men at 10% at the top, and they're trying to bring in apartheid in America. So you can get away with saying and suggesting something like that on national TV and getting paychecks for it. Paychecks. I don't know. I think the things that I talk about make way more sense than Joy Behar. So maybe since she's so concerned about diversity and supporting people of color, this is my proposal to Joy, okay? Since race does have something to do with it, apparently, race got something to do with it. So Joy, I'm asking that you give me your paycheck to make up for the years of oppression on black people. Because, see, I'm a commentator, too. I just don't work for a left-wing, organization. But I do make sense. I make way more sense than you. So even if you don't agree with, my political views, but just the fact that I'm a black man should make you say, regardless of what this man thinks, it has nothing to do with what's going on in a person's mind, because that stuff isn't important. It has nothing to do with their accomplishments, none of that stuff. It all comes down to skin color. So therefore, Joy, I'm requesting that you hand over your paychecks from now on to me. Yeah. So we can stop apartheid from coming into this country. The rich white men, the 10% that's running the country. Yeah. But she didn't bring up George Soros. She didn't bring up all the left-wing, upper-class, rich white men. Yeah. It's only the 12 white men that is interfering with the left-wing agenda is they're thrown into that, that category. So we see then another talking point from the left and an unnecessary argument. They're using race for nothing. Race for nothing. And you wonder why people are doing stuff like threatening people on the right, shaming them, showing up at places, screaming, protesting, chasing people out of restaurants. When you listen to some knuckleheads on TV talking about every one of them, echoing it, 12 white men, all white men, white privilege, white men, white. It's unbelievable. This is where we at. This is where we at in America, ladies and gentlemen. All logic right out the window. All common sense right out the window. And yet they want to bridge the gap and bring us all together and create unity by simply focusing on race every single time they get on TV or sex or whatever. Because everybody's, a demon. They're a racist, a misogynist, a sexist, whenever you don't agree with them. So that's the whole argument. No sense, no nothing, no data, no facts, no reasoning. It's just all coming down to the reason the world is the way it is. It's because of all of this racism, sexism, misogyny, and all that other stuff that's going on. But we don't see it every day in our own lives. But nonetheless, it's there. Just trust us. Trust us that we don't have an agenda. We just simply want to create a more harmonious atmosphere in the United States. Please. Anyway, let me go and dance some of this nonsense off, okay? Check out Extreme Tees, y'all. My sponsor. All right? Been rocking this shirt. I'm about to put it through the real test on the dance floor when I start sweating in this bad boy. Got my towel and everything so I can dab my face. I don't want to get too belligerent around the people. Anyway, check me out on Facebook. I got links. Connect with me. Check me out on Twitter. Also, see me on Wednesday nights. You can call in to Kevin's Corner, my live radio blog talk show. We had some good discussions last week. And also subscribe, share this video, hit like, and check your notification button. All the links are in the bottom that I just mentioned. And if you want to support Kevin and Kevin's Corner, there's a link in the bottom to do so. Now, Joy, I will be waiting for my paycheck, okay? All right. God bless.